Well, Happy New Year, baby! April the 1st. Woo! I'm going to be going live for around an hour here because I've got an English class approaching. But I'm just going to make a few points here today. First of all, like I said, Happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed my video about the calendar. I woke up 3 a.m. to do that. Not intentionally, it just happened. Just started researching April Fool's Day. And then I realized where that came from, and it was connected to the calendar. That's how I basically got into doing my code. My code was not inspired by Rambo, first of all. If you know who he is, Rambo's a great guy, a phenomenal decoder, an expert in astrology. He did not inspire my code like somebody said, and I didn't give him credit for it. Rambo will know himself. My code had nothing to do with him. So I'm going to ease it. Cloud, how you doing? Got a bit of a glow today. By the way, I went to the beach today. This will make you laugh because somebody's called me out to be Jason Statham's, not to be like an impersonator. And a group of people came up to me at the beach today, thought I was him. I said, no, I'm not Jason Statham. That's what they all say. They never admit it. I'm like, I'm not. Yeah, you are. I can have a photo. I said, no, I'm not Jason Statham. I had to show them my driving license. I said my name on it. And then they eventually went, oh, okay, fine. It's like, my God, I was trying to just enjoy my salmon bagel, some ice cold OJ, baby, freshly squeezed. And I was like, really, man? But they had a few drinks because where I live, you got a lot of young people going around getting drunk early in the morning and, I don't know, talking a lot of shit, but they're having fun. Told you that's why I go to the beach a lot. Nice shirt, thank you. Cheers. Is somebody going to call me out? Probably say that certain colors mean that I'm a shill or something. I don't know. Remember I had the same hat on and a pink shirt and a white wall, said I was transgender. Oh my word, baby. Kane, how you doing, mate? Kane, I'll be speaking about Harry Kane a little bit in the video. Valdez, my boy. Valdez used to teach this kid and coach him. Cracking kid, funny kid, talented kid. Mr. Adam, I'm playing today against McGregor and Del Mar. What do you think the score is going to be? Mate, oh my word. So last time it was 1-1, yeah, and you lost on penalties, like England against Italy. I think you're better than McGregor, Valdez. I think you beat them today. Scoreline, I'm going 3-2. 3-2 Del Mar. But don't hold me on this, mate. I've not done any coding. I can't code like school level where it's actually organic. My gut tells me you win. My gut tells me you win 3-2. Are you starting as a striker? Up top by yourself? The big man? I can't believe how big you've got, Valdez. It's brilliant, mate. I hope you win. Good luck to you. I used to coach for McGregor and for Del Mar. But my heart's more with Del Mar because I taught there and I coached there. And I'm still in touch with all the students. I always make sure I do that. Sorry I'm late. I have a note from my mum. You're not late, Mr. White, early. I'm only 3.5 minutes in. VJ Legends, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Thanks for all your compliments. Lady Hawk, hello. What's the good news? We're going to buy a new calendar, baby. That's the good news. Guys, it just makes so much sense that the year begins in spring when everything just comes to life. The new year, you think it's the beginning of January where everything's dead? No, they bullshitted us. And people leaving me comments saying it makes no difference. They've not looked into how it all works psychologically and with the vibrations and with the frequencies. It makes no difference. It's the same amount of days. No. I was speaking to Clau, who's a legend, who's on my Patreon, a really nice girl from Ireland, beautiful accent. She loves my accent. I love her accent. And she told me she was working for the Inland Revenue. If you don't know what that is, it's like the IRS in the US. And she said, like, the tax year for many years began April the 1st. So the tax year began April the 1st because that's when the actual year begins. There's 13 months, not 12. 13 months, guys. You divide it by 4, you have 4 quarters of 91 days. And like I said, 91 is the 13th triangular number. The Society of Jesus is 91 in Gematria. There's 13 Illuminati bloodlines. I just try and share. There's 28 people in the live and the 13-month calendar. That's 13 months, 28 days. I try and inspire people, right? To help people. I do think something's helping me, guiding me. I've said this for a while now. I'm not like, oh my God, are you kidding me? 31 in the live, 11 likes. Listen to this. Listen to this. That hit me. You've heard this same old story from me. I'll say it. Well, I'm not going to say I'll say it one more time. Adam, the illusion, was born April the 14th, 1986. He was born exactly 31 years after his dad because he shares the same birthday with him. Sorry for speaking in the third person. It's weird when you have an alter ego. 31 is the 11th prime. 11's my favorite number. I have just figured out that we're told Jesus died April the 3rd. So my birthday is 11 days after the anniversary of Jesus dying. I connected it today. I was like, what? Another 11 for me. I've told you if Elizabeth dies May the 20th, 2022, she's going to die 1 year, 1 month, and 11 days after Philip. Double 11. So, yeah, the 13th month is called Sol. People will get, which means sun. That's why the Society of Jesus worship the sun. Okay, they've got it in most of our head that 13 is a bad number, an unlucky number. It's not. It's clearly a sacred number. It's a number that's very valuable to the universe, or at least to the elites for whatever reason. But I'm going to quick Septenoct means 7 and 8 because, Callum, originally it was a 10-month calendar. It was a 10-month calendar. So December was the 10th month, like decade. A decagon, a 10-sided shape. But I think the organic calendar for us, for our frequencies, for us to ascend is 13 months. It's not 10. It's not. It's definitely not 12. Absolutely not 12. Pope Gregory, if he actually existed, who knows? The calendar's named after him. That calendar is an absolute disgrace. And I won't be living by it now. I won't be celebrating Christmas. Call me Scrooge. I don't give a shit. I will not be celebrating New Year's Eve on the 31st of December, going out and getting drunk. That's a great way to start the year, isn't it? Especially in England, and wake up and it's fucking freezing cold. Happy New Year. No. My year began today. I'm going to create my own calendar. I'm going to put it on my wall. This is day 1, okay, of my year. I don't give a shit what the majority of people are going to do in regards to the calendar. I don't care anymore about that. And again, when you go on these journeys, when you go on this spiritual journey and you ascend and you learn this knowledge, you don't really give too much of a shit about the majority. You want to go against the majority, if anything, in this world. Being in the minority in this world, for me, is a good thing. Ideally, you want everybody on the same frequency, don't you? That's what we want. But right now, would I want to be in the majority or minority? Oh, baby, I would want to be in the minority. And I have no problem with that. I'm comfortable by myself. I like being by myself. I'll read some of your comments and I'm going to get into my Queen code because there's some clown called Gematria D Codes, very creative name there, who keeps leaving me comments about my work. But I'll read the comments before I get into those people. All right, here we go. First of all, Valdez, good luck, mate. Let me know in a text message how you get on. Ukraine to qualify. I've not looked into it, so I'm not going to say yes or no. It would make sense, wouldn't it? But I'm not going to say yes or no. Evening, Paul. How you doing, lad? I'm learning more every day, whatever the date may be. Yeah, it's all about learning. It doesn't... learning, like... Doesn't matter what day it is, what time it is. I've done some of my best work late at night. Time is just basically a social construct, isn't it? We've got to start living in the present. My mate Manny, who's on my Patreon, he said he hasn't worn a watch for, 10 years, because he thinks by wearing a watch, it keeps you trapped under their frequencies. I might even get rid of my clock, but it's very hard in this beast system, isn't it? Because if you're late for work, you get punished, you might get sacked. But I think naturally before you didn't need a watch or a clock. Your soul knew what to do. It's like you don't need an alarm. after a while, your body clock just gets used to a certain time, and you just got to start trusting your body a little bit. Chigozi, how you doing, brother? Also, if they were 13 months, it'd be Friday the 13th every month, baby. Freddy Krueger. World Cup draw, didn't look too deep into it. I will. I had a bit of time for myself today, a little bit. But I'm looking at the image now on Sky Sports. I can't stand Gareth Bale, like Bale. The love heart celebration, guys, I'm going to look deep into it because there's something deep to that. Okay, it's something very Masonic to that heart celebration that Bale does and a few other players do and celebrities do. But it's got a photo of Bale, Robertson, who's a massive Mason, the Liverpool fullback. He's doing this, which I always talk about. Bale's doing his heart celebration, and then Kane's doing this. But what's interesting is the World Cup trophy is in front of Kane, and I've said England are going to win the World Cup 56 years after they last won it, which is one of the big reasons why I believe the Queen dies this year. So that was interesting. I know, and I predicted that England, I didn't do this on Patreon, people asked me, I predicted England would get the United States and it would connect to the Illuminati, and they did get the United States as far as I'm aware, and they got Iran and what is it, maybe Wales or Scotland. Easiest group going. I also think it's going to be a European team in the final and a South American team. And I'll tell you why. Let me just check. I did a bit of research. Where is it? All right. The most recent Euros and World Cup, the last 8 finalists, 7 European teams, 1 South American. I think that's going to become 8 and 2, like 82, which all connects to when Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth got vaccinated, exactly 82 years after the war began. So I can see that happening. England, Argentina makes the most sense with the Falkland War, with Maradona's death, so many things, with the Beckham sending off against Simeone. That's why Man United played Atletico Madrid this season in the Champions League, in my opinion. I'm reading that your boy Simeone might be going to Liverpool in a few years when Klopp leaves. And I wouldn't be shocked if Klopp ends up going to Celtic. You know, when he was at Mainz, they sing You'll Never Walk Alone, just like Liverpool do. And if he goes to Celtic, they also sing it. It won't shock me, the guy who's born 616, which is the alternate number of the devil. Breezy Ghetto, what's up? It's F Breezy. Oh, I remember F Breezy from Sports Gematria. This guy's a great guy. Never spoke to him personally. Very good decoder, funny guy. I don't go on Patreon, and not Patreon, Discord. Oh, it's very rare. But I had months where I was part of their group. And it was a lot of fun, a lot of knowledge shared, but a lot of like banter going back and forth. And eventually I was like done with it. I don't have enough time in my day now to really go on it. But it was fun. It was fun times. That's when I was gambling a lot, every day. Don't gamble anymore. All right, England, Iran, USA will be joined by Ukraine. If Ukraine are in England's group, no, they won't be, will they? I thought it was Wales. Oh, no, I don't even know what's going on with the football anymore. So I don't care about it. I'll take a little look. I'll figure it all out in 10 minutes. I used to know everything about football. I don't really know what's going on now, but I'll know about it when it matters. All right, let's read some more of these comments. Somebody was born on the 13th day of what month? We just had the Super Bowl on the 13th day of February, the second time the Super Bowl is being played on the 13th. Biblically speaking, number 13 is a good number. Yeah, I think 13 is a good number. That people are like, oh my God, you're waiting in at 33. You're a Mason. No, 33 is probably an incredibly magical number. And my awakening was organic. Just because it's connected to Freemasonry doesn't make it a bad number. 666 is not necessarily a bad number. It's the number of a man. God made us on the 6th day. But people just, I don't know. The Illusions 144 in Gematria, even though I gave myself that name before I discovered Gematria. And even if it is, does that mean anything? What does that even mean? I was born on that day as well, 14-4. Did I decide that? Thoughts on Hebrew leap year? A leap year in the Jewish calendar is 13 months and occurs 7 times in a 19-year cycle. I don't know enough about it, and I'm very honest enough to say when I don't know enough about something, but I can look into it. That's what I usually do to gain more knowledge. Stone Cold Steve Austin's last appearance at WrestleMania was WrestleMania 19. In 19 years, he's going to be coming back against Kevin Owens, the 19-year moon cycles. Coronavirus declared a global pandemic 19 years after 9/11. The Falklands War 19 years before 9/11. And now Austin's back. He just comes back because somebody called him out. Listen, we all know wrestling's fake, Austin. Why are you acting like it's real again? We know it's fake. Oh, no, but Kevin Owens called me out and nobody calls out the rattlesnake. Shut up, mate. It's all a show. We know that now. Still gullible people in the audience that think wrestling's 100% legit. Like they believe politics is 100% legit. Like they believe pro sports is 100% legit. People think this World Cup draw was 100% legit. They've never been legit, the draws. They've never, ever been legit. They've always been rigged. Completely rigged. I just wish I knew earlier. Remember when they were telling us there's going to be a winter of death? Yeah. Connects to the winter solstice and all of that. They've screwed us up, guys. We're living on a really low frequency and oblivious to it. I don't think we're fully aware of how amazing and beautiful and how incredible this world is. God's creation. We have no idea. And collectively, yes, I'm just a little guy from YouTube who has a few thousand followers. I'm aware of that for the people calling me out to be arrogant and cocky. He's got a bit of a following. He thinks he knows it all. I know how fucking good I am. I don't care if I have 400 or 40,000 or 4 million. I know how good I am at coding. So I'm saying this, guys. If we collectively, globally, had a shift in consciousness, which could be organic, it could be organic. I know now I'm trying to spread positivity and knowledge. I'm doing my part for humanity. I think the world will be glorious. I think the elite's world is crumbling. I think it is. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Scotland, yeah, Scotland could definitely get to the World Cup. The Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Absolutely good call. Still a Villarreal Champions League final. I don't see it. I don't see that at all. But if you're right, that'd be an amazing call. I had Villarreal the other year to win the Europa League. About 2 weeks into the Europa League, I told multiple people and they won it. Beating Man United, the Red Devils in the final, 11-10 on penalties, like 1-1-1. De Gea missed. I knew he was going to miss as soon as he stepped up. All right, what else we got? I don't know what group England are in, but from what I've heard, England are going to be playing in the opening game, and the last time they played in an opening game at a major competition, they won the tournament in 66. So that could be a good sign. It could be a little trap. I don't know if they do that, but it could be a good sign. I said this, a year ago? Put some money on England, put some money on Argentina. At the time, Argentina were 11-1, England were 9-1. I said, I'll be shocked if one of them don't win. If one of them wins, you're going to win a ton of money. And then there's obviously riddles for Brazil and Germany. Like Bambi said, she might be watching the live, I don't know. With futures, if you want to do it completely right, like you have to decode every team, don't you? Who would have thought in 2004 Greece would win the Euros and beat Portugal, who had Ronaldo and Rui Costa and Figo? It don't make sense if it was real. But who would have decoded Greece at the beginning of the tournament? Nobody. That's the thing with futures. I've called so many futures. But you have to put your heart and soul and almost check everybody. And it's so much work. It's rewarding when you get it. But then people are like, oh, well, he should get them right anyway. Thinks he knows it all. I don't think I know it all. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know anything. Okay, your ego just crumbles. It's weird. I still have that if someone calls me out. So listen, I'll go back to the football stuff in a moment. I'm just gonna set a few things straight. This is why I'm here now on my kind of day off. The Queen decode was mine. The reason I did the Queen decode, I know Zach did it as well. I didn't know he did it until someone on my Patreon did it and said, hey, did you know Zach has the same date? I was like, are you kidding me? I called up Zach to tell him how it came about. All right. I said, mate, are you kidding me? You have that? How did you get that? And he came to a way different conclusion to the one I came to. If you think just Zach's the only guy in this community with a gift for this, you're fucking wrong. I have a gift for this. So do other people in this chat and in my Patreon. I have a ridiculous gift for this, and I know it at this point. I don't need Zach Hubbard. I don't need any other decoder to make me better. People might help me. They might send me comments. They might say, check this out, send me a link. And then I'll do a video about it and add to it and make it better. Zach, I haven't even seen his video about the Queen, but from what I heard, it's something about London bridges falling down. Okay? London bridges falling down. It sounds interesting. My code had nothing to do with that. Nothing. The reason I looked into the Queen dying, and it was so organic and so just happened, nobody gave me anything for this. It happened because this keeps happening with me. These codes, like the thing with the calendar. I looked into what was the 56th day of the year because I know that royal family gets you 56, and I know the Queen was connected to Super Bowl 56. It was me, not at the beginning, but I said the Rams was going to win. One of the few people in this whole community who said the Rams were going to win because I said Cincinnati was connected to the Queen because they're the Queen City. And if the Queen's going to die this year, it's probably not good to be connected to the Queen. I said all this stuff. I know other people in the community said the Bengals were going to win. But whatever, that's not about ego. So the 56th day of the year, February the 25th, 225. Okay, I was like 225. That number's so big. Derek Chauvin got sentenced to 22.5 years for killing George Floyd. Okay? First of all, I know that's big because I use George Floyd and Derek Chauvin in so many of my codes. Then you have the Titanic. The Titanic has a 22.5 connection because it had 22.5 knots, which is connected to the ships in regards to the speed they can go. The Titanic was a big show as well. Titanic was the 15th of April, 154, which connects to ritual sacrifice and other things. Okay? Then I was like, okay, what's 2 months and 25 days after 225? That's where I came to the 520. Because 225, February the 25th, 2 months and 25 days after that is 520, and 520 leaves 225 days left in the year. And when I had a conversation with Zach, the shit I was saying, he was like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's good. Acting like I'm copying him. I don't need to copy anyone. I can be inspired by people. So all those 225s, I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, 520. Then I've been talking about number 10 more than anybody in the entire community for about a year and a half, the number 10, connecting it to Satan. People like, oh, Satan again, here he goes with Satan. Yeah, well, I've been saying 10 all the time, and then I find out when the Queen dies, a funeral is going to be 10 days after her death date. So I was like, okay, she dies 520. She became the Queen in 52. 52 times 10 is 520, like 520, like the death date I've predicted. If she dies, a funeral is going to be 530, like 53. She was coronated in 53. I was the one who incorporated England and Italy into my code with the Queen because Zach is an amazing guy and a great decoder. He knows shit about soccer. Nothing about it. And he's honest enough to say that. And the three black players who missed the penalty against Italy, their jersey numbers came up to 53. And Italy win the Euros for the first time in 53 years, which was in 1968. And yes, Zach and I have done things about 68. He got there before me, from what I've heard. The term coronavirus was coined in 68. 9/11 became the emergency dialing code in the US in 68. The World Trade Construction began in 68. Martin Luther King supposedly died in 68. 9/11 occurred 33 years after 1968. The word corona gets you 33. We know Jesus died at 33. Highest rank of Masonry is 33 degree. So I've been throwing all this stuff and I keep adding more and more stuff. I recently did a decode about Liverpool, which connects to the Queen. So many codes I've done recently with the Premier League that have been hitting connected to the Queen. I did a video about Leicester City winning the league in 2016, the year Kobe Bryant died. That was all connected to the Queen and King Richard. I do my work. Do people inspire me? Yes, but we all get inspired by other people. It's what you do with it. It's like when you give people advice, they don't have to take it, do they? They don't have to take it. So this clown here, and I've stopped calling people clowns, but this clown Gematria decodes coming at me saying, you think you're the only person who knows about the 13-month calendar? No, I don't. No, I don't. But I know that there's millions of people that are unaware of it. Many people are unaware of it. And they said, please don't get big-headed thinking you were the first to find out about the possibility of Elizabeth dying because it's Operation London Bridge. I've never once said anything about Operation London Bridge once in my code about the Queen dying, okay? Shove it up your ass. And the other guy, there's one guy on my Patreon, he can piss off as well. Leave, mate. His name's Roman. Great name for a Jesuit, Roman. You're going to call me out and say I don't give credit to other people? Almost every live I say, follow this guy. Check out this guy's Instagram. Zach's a good guy. If you don't know his work, check out Geometry Effect News. Check out Rambo. He's incredible. I always call people out in positive lights who deserve it. People say, you think you're Mr. Gematria now. You think you're the man, don't you? You think you're number one. I do say it. Find someone just better than me. Fine, go for it. And tell me and I'll follow them and I'll support them and I'll promote them. Tell me. Why can't I be a little bit cocky or arrogant? I don't go around, look at me. But if somebody's going to call me out, man, I go live 3 or 4 hours, okay? There's people here in the chat. Most people I don't know. I go live. Me. There's nobody in my fucking earpiece telling me what to say. I'm not, hey, Zach, mate, somebody's asking me how real I am. I just go live when I'm supposed to go live, when it feels right. And I speak and I respond to every comment. And I need help from people. I can't do it by myself. I decode sports every day, every sport. Fucking need help. Thank you, Zach, at the beginning. You inspired me on this journey. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be on this journey. I was meant to find you work. But I don't need you anymore, mate. But you're a great guy and good luck to you. But I don't need you anymore. Adam might be the Messiah. I don't think I'm the Messiah at all, but it's funny that Adam gets you 26. And there's 26 letters in the alphabet, and God gets you 26. 26 is a monumentally big number. 26 used to piss me off when I played darts. I would always go treble 20. Only once in my life have I hit a 180. Only once in my life. And the top 3 numbers on a dartboard, you've got the 5, the 20, and the 1, 26. The amount of times I hit 26, man, playing darts, used to piss me off. So no, I'm not the Messiah. There's only one Messiah. World Cup draw on April Fool's Day. Great point. Great point. I've said this could be the last World Cup. People already decoding 2026. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're done. I think this is the last one. I think England win it as well. Told you, the country who came up with the idea of football is going to be the last country to win the major tournament. That's why last year's Champions League, who was it? 2 English teams, Chelsea and Man City. I would not be shocked if Liverpool win it this year. I know I've said Bayern Munich from the beginning. I still like Bayern, but the numbers for Liverpool to maybe win every trophy is pretty scary at this point. And I recently did that video about the symbolism with Liverpool and Klopp's wearing 4 medals around his neck. That could be the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League. Because they put stuff like that in your face. I believe the Queen on the Tiger Down May the 10th. Blackout cyber attack dates 4/2. 4/22, 5/1, heavy emphasis on 4/22. Maybe, mate. So then her funeral would be 5/20, which syncs in with all my 52s. That could be right. I could be wrong about this. Again, people are going to destroy me if the Queen doesn't die on May the 20th. Why? Because they've had the balls to put out a prediction and connect numbers. They're going to probably dismiss Gematria. But let them do it. Argentina, because the Pope and eclipse crossing over Argentina, and the World Cup final is a day after Pope Francis's birthday, who was born in Argentina. I think the Argentina riddle is too clean for it to hit. It sounds silly. I've said this before. The Bengals code was too clean. Sometimes it can be too clean in major finals. My England code was so clean to beat Italy, and Italy won it. Italy's undefeated run could have gone to 33, like England's 33. Masonry, 33. Highest rank is 33 degree. Masonry founded in London, England, where the final was. It was so clean, but maybe too clean. Turns out that whole year was about 34. Italy go on a 34-game undefeated run and then can't qualify for the World Cup. They can't beat Macedonia. They lose 1-0. Messi wins the Copa America, his first trophy with Argentina at age 34. Finally, his 34th appearance in the Copa America. And number 34, Giannis, wins the NBA and the finals MVP, number 34. When you learn about Gematria, like Occult's 34. What else is 34? Murder, I think. Brazil win World Cup. They could. They wear the yellow and blue. There's loads of time, guys. The World Cup doesn't start for what, 6 months? So there'll be a lot of clues building up to it. But I've been on England, Argentina. I've done videos about this over a year ago, before anyone were talking about the World Cup. And you can go back and check them if you don't believe me. Number vibrations unlock the unseen. I agree. I'm so connected to numbers, Lady Hawk, at the moment. It's so magical. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Breezy. I will keep up the good work. I work my ass off for myself to ascend and to help other people. I've told you next week I might not be able to do as much work. I'll still put out my content on Patreon, but I won't be able to do as much on YouTube because I'm going to be doing another job as a private tutor. Spain, Japan, allies of Germany in World War II. Is that Group E? Yeah, there'll be a lot of war riddles, guys, of course. I've said watch out for 2023 because Super Bowl 56 finished 2023. The scoreline. Look out for that. And 223 is the 48th prime, and Illuminati gets you 48. Somebody loves my shirt. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kathy, nothing but love for you. I was reminiscing the other day about the barbecue we went to and how good the food was and how good that macaroni and cheese was. And your husband's guacamole was off the chart, man. Off the chart. And just so you know, this might warm your heart. I went for an apple pie the other day. I walked down to the marina. Actually, I cycled and I got an apple pie and it made me think of you. And now I'm in my comfy chair, by the way. Kathy's a big reason why I have this chair. She supported it. So thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Lakers beating Pelicans today. That's a lock. I don't think there's such thing as a lock, especially with the Lakers. Be careful with the Pelicans. They have the 126 connection. New Orleans is 126. Kobe died 126, supposedly. Gianna Bryant 126. That's a dangerous game for me. That's a danger. I would not decode Lakers for the rest of the season. That's my advice to you. I have one code today. Practically every time I say who's going to win in these lives, thankfully it hits. So maybe I'll tell you who I like without going through the code. So that's on my Patreon. Could be wrong. It's just whether you trust me or not. I think the Pistons win. Again, Detroit, who are a shitty team, but I think they win today because they're playing an equally shitty team in the Thunder. If it hits, it's a solid code. How about the guy Decode Reality? What do you think about him? I used to like his work. I don't like him anymore. I don't like his energy. I think maybe this is just how I feel about him. I know a lot of people who like me like him, which is fine. I think he makes us feel like we're pretty worthless. I've said this before. And he basically says that our whole reality is being scripted. He says we have a limited free will. I think we have so much free will. I think we can create our own reality. I don't think our lives are completely scripted. I think there's a certain code that we live by with our astrology and our date numerology and maybe our genetics and stuff like that. But for me, with Decode Reality, I think he overcomplicates everything. He starts talking about tarot cards and the periodic table. All that stuff's really interesting. He throws in gematria. He says the only cipher that has any validity is Chaldean. All the other ones are bullshit. That's his truth. He always says, find your own truth, man. And he's kind of like that when he talks. And it makes me want to fall asleep. Me personally, the guy's incredibly intelligent, though. Incredibly intelligent. And I can see why people love his work. I'll never listen to him again. But that's me. Just like if you don't like me, don't listen to me. People who leave in comments, 99% of the comments are positive, great, sharing stuff. And I don't know at this point if people are hiring people to try and have a go at me. The more popular I'm getting, the more better I'm getting, the more people are calling me out. Again, I think that might just be the DNA of people in general. They don't like people growing if they're not growing. Mr. White, this is why we follow you, brother, and support you on Patreon because of your light. I've always been a positive guy. I've told you, make people laugh, want to inspire, coaching, teaching. I'm a joker. I am a joker, and I know I'm a joker. I can be serious, though. And yeah, there's nothing fake about me. From everything to this presentation around me now, is nothing fake about me. So I think people like that. Pistons win. No, Pistons win against the Thunder. OKC. The game's in Oklahoma. I think the Pistons win. The code says that. If you watch my recent code about Atlanta Hawks winning against the Cavaliers, I don't know how you can dismiss the code and that Atlanta Hawks are not connected to Pope Francis. That's the type of stuff I like to do. I've told you decoding sports now. It's like, oh, whatever, here we go. Sometimes it's great to wake people up, especially when the code is like perfect, which I've done now, maybe 100 times with games. Perfect codes, not just guessing who's going to win with a few numbers. Logan reminds me of a graduate from the Arcane School. Yeah, me too as well. He probably did go to a school like that. Surrounded by magicians. But again, it's your decision who you like, who you respect, who you follow, who you give money to support. I know there's people making tens of thousands off YouTube and being influencers. I don't even think the message is even that strong. Or the work's not even that strong. Somebody said to me today, they left a comment actually, said, we love your work, we know how hard you work, but I think not that I want to be rich. So I was like, no, I'm not charging $5. $10 is a bargain for what I do every day. I went for a salmon bagel today and orange juice, and it was more than $10. And I finished it in a few minutes. I think it was like $12.50, $13 for salmon bagel and a large orange juice. So yeah, $10 a month for what I provide. Again, unless you know what I provide, you don't know what I do daily. There's people on YouTube doing live streams, charging people to enter the live stream, and they get money from it. Loads of people selling merchandise, they get a lot of money from it. So again, if you build a platform, why did I set up this page? Zach Hubbard inspired me, and I wanted to just let off anger. And it was just me to just speak to something other than speaking to myself. I'll speak to a screen and maybe a few people will watch it. Maybe I'll learn a lot and maybe create a little bit of a following. I didn't set it up to get thousands of subs, to set up a Patreon, to sell merch. But if things just organically happen, they organically happen. If there's a demand, I've said this before, loads of people saying to me, and when I say loads, oh, when are you going to sell merch? I want to buy this. So many kids saying it to me. I'm like, I don't really want to do that. It seems like I'm selling out. And then you're not selling out. People want it. They're asking you for it. I'm like, all right. And then I get a lot of people messaging me now, and they know this. They're probably in the live saying, can I speak to you for an hour? Can you be a life coach for me? I'll give you whatever you want, money-wise. I'm like, I don't know. Because I used to do it for free. I'd call people for hours, giving them life advice. I don't have enough minutes in the day now. I don't have enough energy anymore. So I was like, okay, guys, on Patreon, only for my Patreons, to be honest. We'll set up a group call. I'm going to figure it out. Because I have 6 jobs now. And I'll charge a small amount. I don't know whatever people can afford. And then we'll have the conversation. If you can't afford it, then you can't be in the call. But it's not going to be scandalous. What does Decode Reality charge for an hour with him? Hundreds of dollars, is it? No, if people are willing to pay it, good for him. You know what I mean? I apologize if it's buffering. My internet's shit. Bucks are 41-17 at home versus the Clippers, 4-1. LA gets you 41 as well, but I can't see the Bucks losing to the Clippers, mate. You never know. You never know. But they could get the 42nd win going into tomorrow, which is 4-2. They do that a lot. They sometimes have the record go into the following day. So they can get the 42nd win going into 4-2. Something I learned. It took me a while. Clippers can stay on 37 wins. Los Angeles 37, Milwaukee 37. Yeah? Yeah, we're being used. Man is being used. We have no say in what we're doing. We're just being used. But call me up and I'll read your tarot cards to you. Right? All right, mate. I'm okay, thanks. I'll read my own tarot cards. Don't be angry, Adam. Recently, I've had a nice balance of being intense and happy and joke. I express my emotions. A lot of people don't. They don't express their emotions. I do. In this live, I'll make you laugh. I'll get angry. I'll do different things, but I'll do what feels right, mate. See, so Gabrielle's on a paid live stream. He pays people for it. Guys, people pay for podcasts. You pay for DVDs. You pay to watch a movie. Like, just because what these people like myself and other people are not Hollywood actors, so we've not sold our souls, you can't support us. Again, anyone who truly knows me, 33 likes, that's brilliant. Anyone who truly knows me, and there's a few people from Patreon who visited me, they've seen where I lived, what I had, and what I've given up for this journey. So if they think I'm doing it purely for money, they don't know who I am, and they don't know what I've given up and how much money I've given up, what I did. I'm not going to share it. I don't need to. The amount of money I basically give up and said, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You would be shocked. So do I deserve money for what I do? Yes, I fucking do. It's my job at this point. I gave up my job because I didn't want to work in a school anymore, and amongst other things that we're doing. So, yeah, so many popular mainstream YouTubers are fake. They are. They're controlled. They're fake. Their analytics are bullshit. Their views. But the sad thing is the average human in this world, they'll see something with a lot of views, a lot of likes, and then think, oh, this must be good. And they'll convince themselves that it's good. And, oh, I need to say this. Last thing, and then I'll try and be funny. Maybe I'll do some impressions, whatever you want me to do. 41 minutes, guys. It's 4-1. 41-41 on 4-1. I just looked at the clock. What was I going to say? Oh, shit, I forgot it. I hate when that happens. Ah, man. I forgot. It's going to come back. It always comes back. It always comes back. What I was going to say. So that was pretty interesting. Should go to $25, $30 a month. I could do that. Somebody said that. It might be you, mate, because people have different YouTube names. I could do that because I know there's at least 100 in my Patreon who are like-minded, on a spiritual journey, care about the truth. They like a little bit of sports. They like the energy I bring. And I'd make more money doing that by having 100 and charging 30. But I've not thought too much about money. But I could do that. And I know I'd keep people. I know the money's there. Like I could be making way more if I really put my mind to it. It's not really why I'm in it, but it don't mean that I don't care about it. Lady Hawk says my Patreon's a bargain. Thank you. I'm only going off the fact that I supported about 8 patrons prior to having a Patreon. That's how I basically came. Zach introduced me to Patreon. He didn't know who I was. I was just Adam back then. I wasn't the Illusion. And I supported him. And he got a bit angry with me because I said after a while I didn't learn anything from him. At the beginning, it was amazing. I didn't know you could decode sports. I didn't know what date numerology was. I didn't know about this. I didn't know anything about the NFL. I learned so much from Zach. And then after a while, I'll be honest, Zach, if you're watching, maybe you will, because you said that I do great work, even though I think you also say that I'm a fraud, which is outrageous. But whatever, mate, I've said, I'm not going to say anything bad about you. I was like, I'm not getting anything from you anymore. And then all the other people are following. I'm like, you don't post for like 4 days. What am I paying for here? And I was paying some people $15. I'm like, you're not giving me anything. And then there's other people who can't decode at half of my level sports, charging $50 a pick, one pick. They're charging $50 and people are paying it. Because I've spoke to these people. $50 for one pick that might not even hit. So, yeah, it's people can say whatever they want. There's a lot of haters in the world. That's the reality. That's the reality. And that's the sad reality. I want that to change. I want people to be more positive and support each other. I do. People who know me know that. They know that I care about other people. Students messaging me that I used to teach. They don't pay me money, asking me for life advice, asking me for advice when they go to the gym, asking me for advice about their English exam, asking me for advice about how can I do better on the football field. I'm not like, listen, mate, I'm not your teacher anymore. And if you want to speak to me, sign up to my Patreon, mate. No, I give them hours of my time still, even though there's just not enough minutes in the day for me anymore. What LA teams win on this Happy New Year, April Fool's Day? I don't know, mate. I've not really looked. I've just done one code today. I'm not going to heavily be decoding sports every day. It's another thing I get on Patreon, which I love my Patreon. I'll have about 8 different people say, can you look into the Suns game? Can you look into the Lakers game? Can you look into the Nets game? Can you check out this hockey game? Like, who do you think I am? Like, I'll try my very best and I will. But then I end up forcing codes. I'll force it. I don't want to force codes and put it out just because people have said, please look into that game. I go, okay, well, I see this and this, so I think this team probably wins. And if it doesn't, it's like, oh my God, you said that team were going to win and they didn't. It's like, I just spent 2 minutes on it because I don't have any longer, mate. I'm trying to teach people the tools to code so they can do it themselves. And then maybe they don't need to support my Patreon. Then they can just decode themselves and take responsibility for what they bet on. But a lot of people like blaming other people, I think. I've given people tools now. How many codes do I do? This is why this team won. I've done it Premier League, NBA, NFL, NHL, all the sports you can think of, tennis. This is how I go about doing it. Now, try it yourself, like how Zach inspired me at the beginning. Try it yourself and support me because you appreciate me and you want to grow and you want to be part of a family where we share comments. There's so many people that leave comments to me. I feel so blessed. I said to Ngombe today, it's a blessing you are part of my Patreon. Your knowledge is incredible. It's a blessing. There's so many people I could say that about in my community. So we bounce off each other. So if you want to join my community, become part of a family. If you want to just decode sports, go on Discord. Become part of a Discord group. There's loads of them. Twitter groups. Just be a member of that. If that's all you want from this, do it. And good luck to you. So I did that for a year and it was great, but it was exhausting towards the end. And I got no joy from it. Even when I was winning thousands of dollars, I got no joy from it towards the end. It was ruining me. Because my whole life was about gambling and decoding sports. And that's not a way to live, is it? It keeps your frequencies really low. I'm pretty sure Zach likes you, Adam. Not positive, just pretty sure. No, Zach and I have tons of respect for each other. The phone calls we've had have been amazing. He said about me, he said I could be the best decoder to ever do it. He said that. He said that. And he says that I'm cocky. And he says I'm arrogant. And he hates that I've called him out multiple times. I called Zach a shill. I did. I think I did a whole live calling him a shill. I don't agree with that anymore. I don't think he's a shill. I think Logan is. I don't think Zach is. After speaking to him, after looking him in the eye, with no audience, no live stream, just Zach and I. And will a little bit of him feel a little bit threatened about me? Maybe. Will a little bit of him think, I've been doing this for fucking 14, 15 years, and this guy comes on the scene, thinks he knows it all, calling me out. I would be pissed off if I was Zach, if the illusion, this guy who's been doing it less than 2 years comes out acting like he knows it all. I was an arrogant, cocky prick for that. I've told him that. Who am I to say that I was better than him and this, that, and the other? But I said it, and I don't regret it, but he's not a shill in my opinion. I think he's inspired so many people. And I've said, once again, I wouldn't have a Patreon or YouTube without Zach. Zach also gave me a massive shout out one time. I called into his show. I gave him a decode or 2 decodes. They both hit. And he said, guys, check out The Illusion. This English guy does good work. I think he doesn't like that I have an English accent. I think deep down in his soul, he wishes he had one because this accent's got me so far. People love my accent. And I think he's got a British accent. That's how he says it. Who gives a shit, man? I do good work. He does great work. Okay? Adam, why don't you make a course on coding? I think I will. I could do that. But a lot of my codes, something comes to me. But I'm trying to think, I don't have a set structure of how I code a game. So I'll wake up. I usually I like to work out the first thing I do and then have breakfast. And then I'll go on the betting app, even though I don't gamble, because I go on it to see the odds. And I'll look up and down them. I'm like, no, they're minus 600. I don't care about that. They're minus 900. I'm not looking at that game. All right, here we have like a pretty even game. Let me look at the standings. And if something stands out to me, I'm like, okay, I'm going to look into this game here. Denver against the Hornets. I see something here. And then if it just feels right, I just go with it. And then I'll post it. But maybe I will do that, mate. Maybe I will do that. Duke is by no means a lock. There's no such thing as a lock. When it comes to the NCAA, they all have a great code to win. Can you recommend any good gematria books? Zach's books, Letters and Numbers, and I don't know what it's called. Is it from coronavirus to 9/11 or 9/11 to coronavirus? I don't know. They're the only books. I've read his Letter and Numbers one, about half of it. I've not read his other one. But I've heard they're great. Other gematria books, there's not really any going. I've wrote a book, but there's very little about gematria in it. There's a lot of good people on YouTube and Instagram who do good stuff, but I don't know about books. Who's Zach? Zach Hubbard is basically the first popular YouTuber who discussed gematria. If you don't know him, check him out. He's got, I don't know how many, I don't watch his stuff anymore. Nothing against him. But I think he has, 20,000 people, 30,000. So you'll definitely learn something from watching his videos. Absolutely. What you're saying, Illusion, you're good. I haven't been in the stream for a good while. My mum had cancer, but she's clear now. Well, number one, super happy for your mum, little Trevor, and super happy for you. I'm just talking about all sorts of stuff here. I'm just putting a few things straight. A few people attempting to call me out. But I'm trying to be positive as well. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I do think the video that I did can change your life if you start living by this 13-month. But we're strong. Wait, my connection's unstable. I wasn't trying to hate on you. Sorry you feel that way. Mainly, I was shocked you just came across the 13-month, 28-day calendar. Yeah, I did just come across it. Thank you. Gematria Decodes, who I was calling out at the beginning, is in the live stream and kind of apologize. So much love to you, whoever you are, guy, girl. I didn't know about that 13-month calendar. I was excited doing it. I'll tell you the story if you're listening to me now, if you're still in the live Gematria Decodes. Today, I knew was April the 1st. When there's any major day, whether it's Easter, Christmas Day, whatever it is, I've done a decode about Christmas Day, Easter, multiple other hot Thanksgiving. I think I've done one. I was like, I've never done one on April Fool's Day. What is it? I used to love April Fool's Day as a youngster. I always pranked my mum in the bath, like on the 3rd floor. And I think I told her the house was burning down, and she ran down the stairs naked. I said, April Fool's Day. And she went, Adam! She didn't hit me or anything. I used to knock on my own door and run off and hide behind the shed. I was a little brat, like a nice kid, but a little brat. So I was like, why do we even have April Fool's Day? And then I learned that it was heavily connected to the calendar. It was all about the calendar and how certain people were living by a certain calendar and people made fun out of them. Then it took me to the 13-month calendar. And the way my brain works when you get to know me, if you ever do, it just goes. Once I go, I'm on a run. Boom. And I connect. Oh, wow. And I keep searching. I knew all the 13 stuff, how big the number 13 is with the US, with the dollar bill, the Illuminati bloodlines. I knew all of that. I know about the number 13 a lot and how it's connected to 41, and 41's the 13th prime. I've talked about, yes, Zach's talked about Kobe. I think at this point, honestly, I don't think there's anyone in the world that knows more about Kobe Bryant than I do. I used to get mocked daily. I can tell you anything. You can ask me any question about Kobe. There used to be a TV show, wasn't it, where you could pick something that you specialized in. Give me Kobe Bryant, man. I'll answer any question about him. But anyway, Gematria Decodes. I'm a big fan of Zach. I don't like Decode Reality's work. I think Rambo's incredible. I shared his YouTube multiple times on my Patreon. I've called him out multiple times. We've worked together a few times decoding football. We helped decode each other, not decode each other, decode Leicester to win the FA Cup. He's incredible. I don't like hating on people, and I do call people out who are good. Cocky and confident is different. I'm confident. Am I arrogant with it? I don't think so. Can I be? Yeah, only when I'm triggered. But I'm confident. I've said this, like, somebody's going to call me slow, I'll laugh in the face. If somebody's going to say I'm a bad footballer, I'll laugh in the face. If somebody's going to say that I'm a bad rider, I'd laugh in the face. If you say I'm a shit on the piano, I'd say, yeah, I'm not great, but I'm trying. If you say you don't know shit about graphic design, I say, yeah, I'm dog shit at it. What else don't I like? Somebody said this to me there. Is there anything you're not good at? They won't be saying I was being cocky. I said, yeah, there is, but I'm good at a lot of things because I work my ass off, man. That's why I'm able to have 6 jobs and be in demand, because I work my ass off. I don't limit myself to one thing that I'm good at. I don't. I've never done that. I never will do that. I think you need to be arrogant to be able to deal with all the detractors, haters, and agents. I'm usually really good at that, but I think sometimes you have one day in a month where people are coming at you from all angles. It's like demons or something. To have my own Patreon say that I was, that's what it was. I knew it had come back to me. Baby. People keep abusing me, telling me that I'm deleting their comments. I'm not. I swear on my life. I'm not deleting YouTube comments. I'm not. It's not me. I ain't doing it. I don't do it on Patreon either. You can put whatever you want in the comment, but be aware YouTube will restrict certain things. 1, if they think it's offensive. 2, if you're speaking a lot of truth. They get rid of it. They get rid of it. Okay? I'm not deleting comments. I would never do that. Whether you love me, hate me, you're somewhere in between. I don't delete comments. Have I taken comments and used them and then made codes about them and added a shitload of things to make a code to share video to help people learn? Yeah. If you're going to leave comments on my YouTube telling me to check something out and I do it, I don't need to say, I just want to thank Little Trevor. No, this is no offense to Little Trevor. I'm just reading the comments. I want to thank Little Trevor because he sent me a comment 3 months ago to look into this. I want to thank Gav Hind. I want to thank Lady Hawk. I want to thank Gabrielle. I want to thank Rough Bastards. Rough Bastards does incredible work. I don't know who this person is. He's appeared out of nowhere in my lives and he does incredible work. Like he's just told me, I know this and it pisses me off that I missed it out in my video. That's one of the annoying things about putting out content, because you always know that you could have done a little bit more. 4/1, April the 1st is the 91st day of the year. And I've told you how the 13-month calendar is separated into 4 quarters of 91 days. So technically, the calendar begins on 4/1, the 91st day of the year, and it's split into 4 quarters of 91. And the Society of Jesus is 91, and somebody's just saying, no, Rough Bastards is saying geometry effect equals 91. I know people call Zach out for his numbers with his True Frequency Radio and Geometry Effect News and his name, and they say he's a Jew and he's a shill and he's an actor. Somebody said he's Ryan Gosling. Again, I've been called Jason Statham now. I've been called so many things. I think when my channel got popular, well, it's not even popular, is it? More popular, the accusations just, they come at you. And you're like, I was like, I actually feel a bit sorry for Zach. Because if he's got like 20, 30,000 and I have like 3 or 4, the amount of abuse. And when I was in Discord, when I was a bit naive as well, everybody in the Discord calls out Zach. Everyone. Like there's not one supporter of him. I think that got in my head a bit. So I was like, yeah, it's probably a shill in here. Yeah. We're all saying it. All of us. And I avoid those Discords now. But he gets so much shit. It's unbelievable. Shill or not a shill, he shares great work, doesn't he? And he's inspired tons of us. You don't have to like the guy like you don't have to like me to respect what I do. I just wish Zach would wake up to the reality of the flat. Yeah, people don't like that. He gets really aggressive with people who talk about the flat earth and talk about God or Jesus or religion. But I think with Zach has said he believes there's a creator. He believes that there's a supreme being. He just hates religion and the biblical books. That's what he hates, and he don't want to talk about them. And that's him. It's his channel. It's his platform. I say this, if you care about flat earth, go follow somebody who posts videos about flat earth every day. If you're obsessed with religion, there's plenty of YouTube channels that just focus on religion. Zach does what he does. He does numbers. He's a bit aggressive, very intelligent in many ways. But Zach is Zach. It's one thing I've started to like about him. He's Zach. Has he changed? I wasn't there at the beginning of his whole gematria thing, but from what I've heard, he hasn't changed. He's a bit aggressive, very passionate. He can be nice and loving at times. But if he thinks you're an idiot, he'll say, "You're an idiot," and he'll hang up on you. He doesn't have patience like I do. Well, I have more patience than him. Yeah, the house burning, that's a funny one. Yeah, I'm just reading the comment. I told you, like, I was a nice kid who was like a little shit. Trying to think of some other stories that I did. There's loads of them. They'll come to me. I'm going to tell you a really disgusting story. Please don't judge me. If I become famous, which it won't happen because I'm a normal person, and you can't be famous without being chosen from a young age, in my opinion. There was a girl, I'm not going to say her name. You never know, she might be watching this live. And my friend, I lost a dare with my friend. I lost a dare. And I was like, what do I have to do, mate? It was like, you have to go stand in that dog. You have to go stand in that dog shit over there because we're going to this girl's house and I know she has a white carpet. I was like, no, I can't do that. It's like, do it. You know, because when we had dares, we did, like, you had to do it. So I was like, okay, fine. Stood in this shit, walked in a house to a bedroom, and there was shit all over a white carpet. I was like, oh no. So yeah, that was very, like, me and my friends were very mischievous. We used to throw eggs at people's windows and stuff and flour. Just very mischievous. I'm not going to say everything that I've done. You got to keep some secrets, haven't you? Totally love your channel and what you do. I tune in for 5 minutes, but always end up watching your whole chat. Thank you, mate. I always plan on going for an hour, and I'm already over an hour. 103, 27th prime. The word Discord is divisive to begin with. Brilliant. Yeah, wow. Dis means like a disadvantage, doesn't it? It's negative dis. And when you diss people, dis is when you insult somebody. So Discord, like, I just don't, if I go on it, it's so rare now, and it's just a few people will send me a message. It's very rare. I don't go in the chats and share my codes anymore. Because again, you share your codes. If they win, nobody thanks you. If they miss, oh, he's a shill. He works for Vegas. What about you who just got 5 codes wrong? Do you work for Vegas, you little shit? No, you don't. Well, because I have a YouTube channel, I must work for Vegas. So hilarious. Yeah, it was outrageous that I stood on that poop. But if you're younger, never anything super extreme. But there were things, I could have got in a lot of trouble if they caught me. But innocent until proven guilty, baby. I remember she was like, when they realized, the mom was like, really grateful. Wait, it's saying that my connection's unstable. Come on. I don't know why the internet just becomes unstable when you can speak fine for 30 minutes. No, again, if you knew who I was and you didn't, all right, anyone who didn't know I was the illusion now, and if I said, I didn't watch the World Cup draw, they say, don't bullshit me. You'd be the first person to be watching it. I'm like, no, I didn't watch it, mate. And I don't care who wins the World Cup. No, you're joking, aren't you? No, I don't care. I won't watch any games in the World Cup. I don't care who wins it unless I can do a really good video to wake people up. They can't comprehend it. So why do you coach? You've got your own coaching company. If you don't like football, why do you coach? No, did I say I don't like football, mate? Did I say that? Are you jumping to conclusions, mate? Did I say I don't like football, or did I just say I'm not watching the World Cup? Why do people just jump to conclusions, don't they? You do anything outside of the mainstream, they think you're crazy. I don't own a TV. Oh my God, are you insane? Have you lost your mind, Adam? No, I found it. Lady Hawk's taking a break from Twitter. I barely ever go on Twitter. Barely ever go on it. But I know a lot of people do like it. You can learn a lot. Like, I found some good images on Twitter that I've shared on my Patreon. Pretty good images, but I'm not the guy who's going to be spending hours on Twitter. Luis Lopez saying, Adam question. Yes, my name's Adam. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Is that why you're saying Adam question? Oh, you have a question for Adam? Realize. Because realize. I did a rap about it. We also don't care about what? What do you care about? The stream bugging out? Again, I can't do anything about that. The video was interesting. Which one? What drugs do you do to think that you could fly a plane from the North Pole down around the curvature of the globe and then come out of the middle of the South Pole upside down? Oh, God, I'm not getting involved in this. If you want to get involved in banter about flat Earth in the chat, do it. I am not getting in the middle of this fight, baby. I'll be getting boom, boom. I'm not separating the fight. Do what you want to do in the chat. I'll let you do that. I never kick anybody out of the chat. I've never done that. I don't even know how to do it, even if I wanted to. I came to you via referral from Tommy Truthful. Tommy Truthful, right. Let me speak about this guy. I've never spoken to him. I've seen his work, and his work is outstanding. His work is incredible. Tommy Truthful. I have a guy on Patreon called Juggler who follows me. The sweetest heart I've ever come across. An amazing person who's always going to be there for me, and I'll always be there for him, and I've never met him. Tommy Truthful, as far as I'm aware, has Instagram page, YouTube page. They always censor him. He's always having to get new channels. He speaks truth. I think he came from a Masonic family. He admits that. And then he's being disowned by his family. I could be wrong. But I've heard that. People have told me that. So if Tommy Truthful is saying good things about me, thank you, Tommy. I didn't know you even knew who I was. So I would... if it's one-on-one without an audience, because the world needs people like you. I guess, you know what, when people say I inspire them, the way I just talked about Tommy Truthful then, see how he made me feel, how he's inspired me. So I guess I know why I inspire a few people now, because people do that to me, like Tommy Truthful. So please, I don't know the name of his channels or anything. If anybody knows them, put them in the chat. Because like I said, I do care about promoting people's work, even though people say I'm all in it for myself and I just want to be number one. Again, when you have an awakening, that's not how it works. If you have a genuine awakening, you're not looking out for number one. You're looking out for everybody. That's the reality when you actually have one. Unless you actually have one, you don't get it. What's up, Adam? Hate that I'm late. Well, you're here now, baby. Better late than never. Water doesn't lie, men do. Yeah, I do love my water. I always have some water. Told you there's a girl I used to teach called Paloma. Every time she sees me, she's like, Mr. Adam, you got your bottle of water? I'm like, yeah, I got me a water. Like little things like that makes a day and mine. The same thing we always say every time we see each other. Still makes us laugh. He's very interesting and his gematria skills are second to none. I agree. He doesn't even need gematria, Tommy Truthful. Like his work's that good, he doesn't need it. Gematria should, in reality, in essence, be the cherry on the cake. Like I think Zach Hubbard said Queen Elizabeth's full name without Windsor is 205. She's going to die 25. That stuff is like, for me, whatever. Like you can type in, like there's so many ciphers with gematria. That's why people dismiss it. But there's little things like Atlanta Hawks gets you 131 and 32, and 131's the 32nd prime. And yesterday they got 131 points, and Cleveland got 32 in the fourth. That's when I'm like, okay, That makes sense. Atlanta Hawks, they are synced to 32 because the 131 and 131's the 32nd prime and the 32 as well. And it's connected to the Pope and Sight of Jesus's logo is 32 rays. So that's where gematria is like, okay, it does sync. But a lot of the times you can type in whatever you want and get whatever you want if you use all the ciphers. So gematria for me is just the cherry on the cake if you're a good decoder. I've said date durations are more important. Prime numbers are probably more important. Storyline is more important. And then gematria backs up all those other things. That's how I do it. But that's how I do it. I don't think there's a right and wrong way to decode. People can do whatever they want. Like I always say, you find your own truth. You find your own way of decoding as well. Adam, you have good energy. Thank you. I think I do. I do. People come up to me, they approach me, and they talk to me. Like, I went for an ice cream today, and these two blonde girls came up and started talking to me. Hey, what flavor are you going for? I'm like, I don't know. What about you guys? Just having a conversation. And we all ended up getting the same flavor. It was just chocolate cherry or something. I was like, okay, we'll do that. And I said, have a great day, girls. And I just walked off with my ice cream. It's glorious. We all got the same one. I don't know anything about girls, but they look like Barbie dolls. The concept that you know as gravity is simply nothing more than Archimedes' principle. Yeah, I do question everything we've been told historically and scientifically now. We have to admit for the majority of our lives, maybe some people had awakenings really young and always question things. I used to question my teachers. My teachers did used to call me cocky. I'd always call them out, my teachers, even at middle school when I was at Wycliffe. But it's because I'm very curious. But a lot of the things that I'm discussing now and breaking down, I never looked into. Never had the desire to do it. Now I do. I think you've got to have the desire. And when you have that desire and passion, you will get good. Or you'll at least get better. All right, what else we got? All right, they're going into flat Earth. So they can keep doing that, which is fine. Gematria is a piece of the puzzle. Yeah, exactly. Well put. I should have just said that. It's a piece of the puzzle. And it is all a big jigsaw decoding. If Queen Goals made the 20th, I've connected it now to about 40 different things. It will be so. It could be a book. I should actually start saving all my codes. Because if she does go on that day, goes on that day. And if she doesn't, we just go again. I'm sorry, I'll keep going. But I did say she goes at 96. Are you a Yorkshireman? Yes. Always chatty and friendly in Yorkshire. We are. Northern people, in my opinion, are friendlier than Southerners from London. Often walk down with their heads down, with a little briefcase, looking down on people, obsessing over money. Yorkshire, we are a little bit more hilarious, open-minded. We don't get offended. I like this quote about money here. What does the money machine eat? It eats youth, spontaneity, life, beauty, and above all, it eats creativity. It eats quality and shits quantity. It's so true. It's so true. Money, man. I've not shared this yet. I'm going to put it on my Patreon maybe tomorrow. I found a photo of John Cena wrestling in a Lakers jersey. Can you see it? You probably can't. He's wearing number 54, okay, in a Lakers jersey. This is when Kobe was alive. Kobe Bean Bryant gets you 54. Gematria Gianna Bryant gets you 54. Jesuit Order gets you 54. You could have wore any number. And John Cena, most popular wrestler over the last 15, 20 years, was wearing number 54. You're going to tell me you don't know about Gematria? Of course he does. You can't see me. My time is now. John Cena walks like he's been crippled. It reminds me of the guy from Family Guy in the wheelchair, John Cena. I don't know how he performed, even walk, like when he was going to the ring, those knee straps on. We're given freedom to be freedom. Yes, Louise, that's amazing play on words. We are free, guys. We do have rights, but people are oblivious to what their actual rights are because we are technically lost at sea. We are legally dead. We are the Walking Dead. You probably watched that TV show. We are the Walking Dead. Well, I'm not anymore. I know who I am. I'm a spiritual being. I'm not Adam Edwards. I'm not. That's not who I am. I'm way more than that. I know that now. So again, if I told you, if the police ever ask me for my name, they're not going to get the name that I was given, that I didn't choose. I know how to respond to the police. I've done all of that. Like, hopefully I'd never have to, but I know what to say. The Queen can't live forever, or can she? It depends if people are immortal. A lot of people believe that people are immortal. A lot of people think Elizabeth died decades ago. Could be. We don't know, do we? All I'm saying is that right now, the majority of the world think Queen Elizabeth is 95 and she lives in London and she recently got coronavirus and she's probably going to die soon because most people die after the age of like 80. I've said 96. I've connected it to Euro 96, which England hosted the European Championships. They went out in the semi-final to Germany on penalties, where they lost 5-6, like 56, like royal family, like World War, like coronavirus. And the decisive penalty was taken by Southgate, who missed number 6. And now he's going to coach England to World Cup victory. And the last time England won the World Cup, the captain was number 6, Bobby Moore, in 66, like 666. And Elizabeth and Philip gave them the trophy. So remember, Southgate won number 6 for England. He could be lifting the trophy. But who's going to give him it? Your boy Charles is going to give him it. Count Dracula, baby! It's not going to be Elizabeth or Philip. Philip's already gone. 99, the 99th day of the year. What about this with Philip? I think I've said this before. He died 49, like 49. Okay. I always talk about pi and how it's connected to 73. 3.14 is pi. March the 14th, 314 is the 73rd day of the year. Queen gets you 73. Queen was married to Philip for 73 years. Philip died 49. Like I told you, 22 divided by 7 is 3.14. 227 is the 49th prime. You think that's a coincidence? That type of stuff? It's not. It's all by a code. Whether it is God, whether it's the Masons, the Jesuits, whether they didn't die and it's just a stage death, whether they're immortal, the numbers don't lie that they reveal to us. Just maybe what actually happened and how it happened may be a lie. Like 9/11, you do all the numbers, I've coded that. The fact is, the World Trade Center came down on September the 11th. That's not a lie. It came down. Did it come down the way we were told it came down? It's your choice to believe whatever you want to believe. I think you know what I think. A guy in Ontario, Canada was arrested for Ponzi scheme found in Dominican Republic, and it was 56 million. I've got to find this. 56 million Ponzi scheme. Oh my God. It says something here about the US government seizes 56 million in crypto as well. Again, sure they did. It's utter bullshit. Yeah, 56 million. Ontario man returned to Canada to face charges in 56 million debit terminal Ponzi scheme. All right then, sure. Does his name get you 56 as well? Probably. Just a wild coincidence though. Was out shopping today. Guy had on Skull and Bones jacket with the triangle. So my mother said, "Excuse me, are you a Freemason?" He said, 32 right. Making boys into better men. Oh my God, he admitted it? I thought Freemasons kept it quiet. 32nd rank. Wow. Can I send you a decode? It's far too long to share here. Yeah, Brody, you can find me on Twitter. I don't even know my name. Let me check. It's the Illusion something. I'm not even signed into it. Or you can come to my Patreon where I always respond, but maybe you don't have the money. I don't know how old you are. My Twitter name is The Illusion or at The Illusion 11 or something, but I'm never really on this. I'll put it in the chat. I'm never really on Twitter, just to post my content. No Freemason admit it, but you must ask. Okay, so they won't go around telling people, but if you ask, they'll be open with you. Yeah, I don't know much about Freemason. I've been called out to be a Freemason. You have so much knowledge about the Masons, you have to be one. No, I don't know anything about Freemasonry, other than they founded the FA. And that it seems like practically every influencer is a Freemason, judging by the symbolism. I don't know enough about it. Wad, I'm going to tell you something about Nunes. What happened with Nunes? All the games are truly rigged. Yeah. It's just who's rigging them. It's not man, I don't think, at this point. Is there a bit of magic involved? Okay, Brody, yeah, check Twitter, mate. If you got a code, I'll read it. Some of my family members wear skull and bones without realizing it. Yeah, a lot of people do the devil horns without realizing that it's giving energy to Satan. All mocking tongue. People do a lot of things innocently. We're all taking part and participating in a satanic society. And we're oblivious to it. It doesn't make you a bad person if you're unaware of it. What else we got? My mother said, do you bathe in bloodbaths? His face went red. That's a bit personal, isn't it? Like, you've never met a person, like, okay, are you a Freemason? All right, fine. And then, like, question 2. By the way, do you bathe in bloodbaths? Probably does. What did he say? Did he respond? If he didn't respond, then he does. Like, if somebody came up to me and said, hey, Adam, do you bathe in bloodbaths? I was like, what the fuck, what? Absolutely not. If he didn't answer it, mate, then he does. Then he's probably taking a bloodbath as we speak. He's probably sat in his bath doing this. Probably taking a shower like that, or a bath, whatever, maybe both. Guys, just so you know, if you're ever going to take a bath, take a shower before you take a bath, you stinky bastards, okay? So ridiculous, the people that jump in a bath dirty and then bathe in dirty water. Come on. Don't be one of them. I wonder if anyone's wearing face masks when they take a bath by themselves. Who's banging outside, man? Do they not know that the illusion's going live, baby? Bit of respect, please, man. I've got 4,000 subs now. You don't know who I am? I've made it. I'm famous. I'm going to be on Joe Rogan tomorrow. Hate that prick. Hate him. Used to like him. Figured him out. I used to throw... Yeah, we all throw these symbols, mate. We've all done it. Don't make you a bad person at all. At all. And even if you still do it now accidentally. I had a friend yesterday who was at a Coldplay concert, and he was sharing videos of him, like, doing that. Even though I thought that was like rock on. I don't know if Coldplay are technically a rock band. Maybe they are. A lot of the music's pretty slow, isn't it? Like, it's not good. You're not going to be like, nobody said it was easy. It's not like Ozzy Osbourne or something. Like, but then I can see why people do it. Or even like bands like Kasabian. I watched Kasabian a few times. I used to love Kasabian. Shoot the runner, shoot the runner. And then they're Leicester fans, and I learn about Leicester, and arguably in the top 5 satanic clubs in the world. Obviously, I think Man United is number 1, the Red Devils. But the stuff that I've learned about Leicester City and the rituals with Leicester. David Icke supports Leicester as well, which is not a shock. Another thing, guys, when I call out celebrities to be inverted or royal family to be inbred, I'm not doing it to rattle you or to upset you. I'm speaking my truth. And if you don't like it, that's fine, but don't cry about it. 2 people left my Patreon. Your work's amazing, but as soon as you said that this person was a man, I can't support you anymore. It's like, why can't you? Just, why does it hit you so much? Why does it upset you so much? Especially when I basically reveal it. What about Megan Fox, eh? Where is it? I was going to post this today, but I'll save it for tomorrow. Where's my thing about Megan Fox? Fox. We know Fox is deceived. Megan Fox addressing the transgender rumors about herself. Guys, transgender rumors, and she was the star in Transformers. At the 66, of course, 66, the Church of Satan founded in 66. At the 66th Annual Golden Globe Awards red carpet interview, the famous actor stated, "I'm a tranny, I'm a man." Does it get more fucking obvious than that? She said, "I'm a tranny, I'm a man," and she was the star in Transformers. Venus and Serena Williams on Trans World Sports. Like, you want to continue to be mocked? Do you not get I do my work so you don't be mocked anymore? Comfortable things that can get me into trouble, that can make me lose subs and patrons, but I don't give a shit. They shouldn't be watching my stuff anyway if they can't be open-minded about stuff. Megan Fox admitted she was a tranny and a man, and people laughed it off. And then when you look at her or him, looks like a drag queen. Belongs in a drag queen club, whatever they're called. But I'm a dickhead. I'm a jerk for calling it out. I don't give a shit what people say anymore about stuff like that. I'm done. I'll speak my truth, man. J-Lo is J-Bro. Again, I had a massive poster on my wall of J-Lo and Kylie Minogue for years. Full-size posters. I had a big bedroom. And Kylie's brother called Danny, which is a guy's name, isn't it? Danny Minogue. I think I liked her as well, or him, or whatever. Yeah, said David Icke was a goalkeeper, and then his career ended because he got arthritis or something. What nonsense. David Icke was a pro footballer, okay, because the Masons can pick and choose. I bet he was horse shit. He worked for the Green Party, so he worked in politics. Green Party's pushing the environment and climate change. He was on the BBC, British bullshitting channel. He was interviewed on major platforms like Terry Wogan. He's had multiple book deals. He's sold out stadiums. But he's a truther, and he's going to bring the bad guys down. Again, when I was starting to get a little bit into my awakening and finding truth, you're led towards Ike. You think is the best thing in the world. You think Russell Brand, he's a little bit annoying, but wow, he's very inspirational with his words. He's so knowledgeable. And then you figure out who those people really are. Nothing but satanic inverts, deceiving the masses, but speaking truth. It's like what they'll do, they'll give you a beautiful donut, a nice donut, sugar on it. You know, oh God, take a bite of it. You know what the filling was? Shit all over your mouth. Oh God. And people will still keep taking a bite of the donut. For me, I was like, I can smell the shit when he speaks now. I can see it in his body language, like the poses he would do when like Russell Brand always does this thing. Like, I know what you're doing, mate. You'll always see, like, they're so sneaky. Like, they'll like do that. Like, you'll like David Icke will wipe sweat, and he'll be like, "Sorry guys, a little bit hot here. Let me just wipe that off." You're like, why are you doing the devil horns, David? Like, don't most people wipe the sweat off like that? You gimp with your massive hips. Charlie Silverman. Will Smith did a video in November teaching a fake slap. I shared it, Brody, on my Patreon. Yeah, he did a fake video basically saying nothing's real anymore, and then he slapped like the camera, like the slap he did on Chris Rock. And he basically implied that the whole world we're living in is an illusion. He said it himself. Truth in plain sight, which they've always done. They've always told us the truth. Somehow, some way, sprinkled it with a little bit of shit, but they've always fed you the truth. If it has an apple, it has a banana. That's brilliant. It's talking about Adam's apple and a penis there, if you didn't know. Tell you, Brody's on fire. Russell Brand is an obvious woman. His daughter named Mabel 33. Russell Brand has a 33 tattoo. recently did a comedy tour called 33, charging £33 a ticket. But he's not amazing, guys. Russell Brand cares about us. He wants to bring down the elite because he's not elite, is he? The guy who was dating one of the most iconic singers over the last 10 years, Katy Perry, because he was Katy Perry's handler. People like Katy Perry, unfortunately, guys, this is what we need to start realizing now. People like Katy Perry are abused. Britney, Christina Aguilera, the Olsen twins. The list goes on. It's hard for me to hate on those people. But I feel like people like Russell Brand, I think they came across this like Crowley energy and witchcraft, and they exploit people. And I know these celebs like Katy Perry, Britney and stuff, Macaulay Culkin, they eventually do become satanic because they've been around it their whole lives and they probably do know they're deceiving the masses. Or there may be some deep mind control and they have handlers, like I said. So I'm not going to hate on every celebrity, but someone like Will Smith, for example, he's married to a witch. His handler is his wife. Didn't she used to date Tupac? What are the chances of Jada dating Tupac, who people say is the greatest rapper to ever live, other than maybe Eminem? And then she dates Will Smith, who people say is one of the greatest actors to ever live. Who is she? There's a lot of beautiful women out there, a lot of beautiful black women. Why did she get Tupac and Will Smith? Why are the kids basically trans? Why does Jaden dress like a woman and Willow dress like a man and act like a man? Who is this woman? Who is this witch? The Kardashians are witches. Anyone who dates them, disaster happens. Whether it's Lamar Odom or Kanye, whoever it may be. Keep an eye on Devin Booker. Something will happen to him soon, I'm sure. Probably snap his leg or something. Wait, Russell Brand has a video saying, "Am I a Freemason?" And the video's 8 minutes and 40, like 84. Like Jesuit and the Jesuit order. He has a video. Am I a Freemason? Did he say yes or no? Come on, he's got to. Russell Brand married to Katie. Kirsty Gallagher's sister. Yeah, Kirsty Gallagher's a bloke. Used to have a crush. Now you look at Kirsty Gallagher, you see it. Like all of them who, especially who work in sports, like Kirsty Gallagher. There's somebody else now who's working in sports who's a girl. Yeah, Kirsty Gallagher is a bloke. And it's so hard for me to say that, man. Yeah, I'm just looking at her hips now. I don't have any. So dating. So Kirsty is dating Russell Brand. So I guess technically it's still a guy with a girl. It's so feminine, Russell Brand. Like he always was. Hello, guys. Welcome to Big Brother's little brother. Like my dad would like turn it off, Adam. Turn this shit. Russell Brand's a prick. Like my dad's a funny guy and straight up, like the funniest people don't try to be funny. It's like turn this cunt off, Adam. He's a right prick, that Russell Brand, with his stupid skinny jeans and his high heels. I'm like, yeah, it all makes sense now. But skinny jeans, which they made popular, which basically for me designed for women, high-heeled shoes. It's so extravagant. He'd paint his nails. He'd have all this long hair, nicer than a woman's hair. He'd wear eyeliner, but he got all the ladies. No, he didn't. He got all the blokes. Yeah, Russell is Fabian. And high up, if you don't know the Fabian Society, check them out. I believe that's where he is. Well, I believe he's a member of that. Good old Russell, the West Ham fan. Their logo, like Skull and Bones, is West Ham. I support West Ham. What? You play football, mate, in your high heels? Like that Kasabian guy who plays the guitar. He banged a goal in on Soccer AM. Great strike, by the way. He was wearing high heels. They all wear high heels. Kings of Leon, one of my favorite bands. KOL, of course. Three-worded makeup. Guys wearing dresses to an extent. Now, like Harry Styles. And girls are still attracted to it because they're under mind control. Come on, women out there. Don't you like a real man, man? I know I'm wearing pink, purple, bluey, whatever, but don't you miss the real man? Yeah, you can be sensitive, have a sensitive side, be emotional, be creative, but people loving Harry Styles and Russell Brand, you're only doing it because the media are telling you to love them. Hello, Adam. Gorilla199 exposes Ike for the fraud that he is on YouTube. Thank you. It's one of my favorite ever videos that I did about Ike. I really hammered him. By the numbers, though, as well. Again, you can't sell out Wembley Stadium if you're not one of them. You just learn that. You can. And I'll never forget when they banned him from YouTube and then there was commercials promoting David Icke. I'm like, the mockery there. You got rid of Icke because he's revealing so much truth, but you're going to promote his work via commercials? But people don't put two and two together. They'd dismiss it. They'd make an excuse. What time is it? I've got my English class. Something going on next door, baby. Oh no, something just... All right, who else we got? A few more. Olsen twins never had a chance. Exactly. It's hard to go at the Olsen twins, but they've kind of disappeared now, which is maybe a good thing. They're not massively in the public eye. That might be a good thing. Maybe they got used, abused, and maybe they're finding a life for themselves away from all of that. But I don't think you can ever recover like Macaulay Culkin. Like these people, deep down, your soul gets annihilated. It's going to need some weird ass awakening, I think, to overcome what these kids go through who come through Hollywood, the Mickey Mouse Club, MM33. I can't say what I truly want to say, guys, because of YouTube, but I do very well at saying what I want to say without being too offensive to the algorithms. What's your opinion on Football Daily? What's that? Is it a TV show, or do you mean playing football, or what do you mean by Football Daily? I don't watch any of the shows anymore. The Olsen twins once said they are tired of being Illuminati's girlfriends. They probably did. Again, Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake, two of the most popular pop stars, guys. I think they're called Justine, and I'm not just trying to make that. I watched a video, and again, there's no 100% evidence of a lot of the stuff I say about this, but everyone in a boy band is a woman, and everyone in a girl band is a man. That's why they did. This is the invert sign, Spice Girls. Okay. I don't know what the symbolism is with the guys like the Backstreet Boys. Somebody made a good point that Liverpool in the 90s, they got to the FA Cup final and they called them the Spice Boys. Like Jason McAtee and Robbie Fowler and Steve McManaman, I think. So, and is it Jamie Redknapp? I think he was playing. They were wearing white suits. Morning. Okay, Devil's Playground. Check him out, guys. He's amazing. Lives in China right now, and he loves it there. Yes, men are assaulted psychologically. Why? Since the alpha male is the protection of the family. Again, yeah, they've made men weak, and they've made women stronger than they really need to be in a weird way. I don't mean that in like, you can't talk about this stuff without offending people. But I think naturally the man is the gatherer, the protector. The woman is the childbearer, and you find a brilliant connection of love, and you connect and you balance each other out. And now it's just, I told you, men and women, it's about competing. Who can make more money now? The man or the woman, the husband or the wife, the brother or the sister? Who's stronger now? I want to be stronger than my brother. Why? I really personally dislike women who are really muscular. I don't like it, but if other people like it, if they like it, whatever makes them happy. But that's all been pushed over the last 10 years. CrossFit and pushing UFC, women fighting each other, but all the UFC fighters are men. Ronda Rousey's a man. Still haven't done my wrestling video. Should I wait till after WrestleMania? Rousey's fighting Flair, Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte Flair is Ric Flair's son who supposedly died. That's how disturbing it all is. And maybe Charlotte, who was originally Charlotte, is just living a regular life somewhere. Queen's birthday 4/21/22, correct, and 5/20/22 have the same date numerology. Yep, I saw that. Because they have the exact same date numerology as the day that Kobe Bryant died. It's got what, the 67, I think, the 31, the 13. Yeah, the Queen's upcoming birthday and possible death date has the exact same date numerology as the day Kobe Bryant and Gianna died. I don't think it's an accident, but thanks for sharing anyway, mate. If she kicks it on 5/21, okay, that's interesting. The 191st prime. Yeah, the Society of Jesus is 191. 191's the 43rd prime. Super Bowl 56 had 43 points. She could go on the 21st. It depends if they do the thing with the date included and stuff. But I think she goes in May, which connects to Theresa May, who stepped down to let Boris Johnson take over as Prime Minister. I think she goes in May. I really think it's going to be the 20th because the 10 days after is the 30th. And the 53 has been so big. She 53, by the way, who won the NBA Finals. And 53 is connected to 16. Euro 2020 was the 16th edition of the tournament. There's loads of 16s. I'm going to do about 15 more minutes because I have to prepare for my English class, guys. I've got a lot of messages on my phone from people. Remember Jedward? Yeah, again, Jedward shows you that it's not about talent. It's about bloodline and numbers or rituals. Jedward couldn't sing, couldn't dance. I don't know. They brought a song out. They copied a song. Let's find out what it was. It's funny, I typed in Jedward and the first thing that comes up is Jedward are gay. All right, what was it? They've got a song called Lipstick. Jedward are women. What did they sang during Eurovision? On 12, oh my God. On the 12th of February, they sung Lipstick, 122. Satanics was on 122, where the Lakers got 122 points. They copied a song, guys. What was it? The first song. Why are they just talking about Lipstick? Lipstick debuted at number 2 in the IU singles chart on February the 13th, the Super Bowl. Oh no, it's a different year. Lady Gaga, Born This. Oh my God. Lady Gaga, Born This Way was number 1 and Jedward were number 2. They bullshit us about the charts. I've said that for so long. They tell you Lady Gaga, Jedward was number 2. It convinces people that they're good. That Born This Way was pushing the whole trans thing. Lady Gaga, you're born with a dick. It's so obvious, man. So obvious. All right, fine. Stop deceiving people. I was born this way. What? Satan worshipper? I don't think anyone's born to worship Satan. Gaga. Again, you have to give lady before, just to mock us. Poker face. What do you do with a poker face, guys? You hide shit. You're trying to hide your emotions, hide what you're really thinking, who you really are. Her first song was Poker Face. I'd love to slap his face, to be honest. Just wondering if you use end date. Sometimes I do. I had a debate with one of my best friends, Jay Stoll, who's a phenomenal decoder. He's losing his passion for sports now because he's trying to ascend. He's kind of giving his energy, but he thinks end date is significantly bigger than the actual exact duration. I prefer the exact duration. But I don't know, again, will we ever know what's more important? It's frustrating, man, the end date. Like, it was 1 year and 21 days after the Cavs coach's birthday. And the Cavaliers came in with 121 wins against the Hawks. And I was like, shit, if they use end date, then they might get the 1-2-2 win. But I was like, no, I believe the 1-2-1 is bigger because it connects to the 11s. Because fucking internet. It's so infuriating, this, man. So I like the 121 to stay because 121 is 11 times 11. There was all the 31s for the Hawks, which connects to 11. But it was scary thinking maybe he's going to get the 122 1 year and 22 days after his birthday, including the end date. But I was like, no, it's the 121. So happy you found my site. Thank you, Brody. Adam, you're good at football. Yeah, I am. Thank you. Striker, behind the striker is my favourite role in the whole, like number 10. It's funny. My number's always been 11. I can play both wings, left and right. It depends on who I'm up against. Like when I'm left midfield, I'm kind of like, I'm not an honour, even though he's a French Jesuit prick. But I play very similar to Thierry Henry. I drift out to the left. Oh my God, the internet. I don't know if you even hear what I'm saying. I drift out to the left and I cut in and I use my speed and then I strike across the goal. So play me anywhere. I can play in the middle of the park as well. Get up and down, whatever. Not much of a defender. Like if you told me I had to play as a right back, a left back, I'd do it if I was like an attacking fullback. But I'm not much of like, physically, I'm not great. Like strong-wise, physically running, you can't stop me. But I wouldn't want to be a defender. It's not in my DNA, I don't think. Somebody thinks May the 23rd, the Queen's going to die. So a lot of people are thinking that she's going this year in May. She has to go at 96. She has to go at 96. The word Freemason 96, by the way. Mickey is the girl and Minnie is the boy, probably. They're just taking the Mickey out of us. You know, Mickey Mouse wasn't even supposedly meant to be the original character in Disney. I can't remember who it was, but they had to change it. It wasn't a mouse. It wasn't Mickey anyway. I ate dinner and came back and you're still on. Yeah, you know me, but I'm going to go 5 minutes. Guys, it's Happy New Year. Come on. Woo, it's Happy New Year. Make this the best year ever. Baby, do you check Facebook messages? I don't have Facebook. I got rid of it about 2 years ago. I'll never go back to Facebook. It's so political and my music is literal. And if I'm a criminal, how the fuck can I raise a little girl? Facebook became political. People fighting about Trump and Biden. I won't get into it. It was hurting my energy. I got rid of it. I saved all my photographs, downloaded them. It takes like 30 days to officially go off Facebook because I know people are addicted to it. I didn't go back. So no, you can't message me on Facebook, mate. I don't have Facebook. Both girls, Jedward, yep. No doubt in my mind. What is Jedward? Simon Cowell as well. I detest that guy. They call it the X Factor again. Boom. X. Skull and bones. I'm not saying, oh my God. Jedward, 29 and 43, like Masonic. What a surprise, eh? It's not a surprise, actually. Jedward's 29 and 43, like the word Masonic. But Simon Cowell, he worked from his garage, just like Steve Jobs did, just like Elon Musk did, just like Jeff Bezos did. They all work from the garage. What's garage, actually? They always tell us they work from garages. What a load of bullshit. Anyone? Oh, my God, garage is 33. You've got to be shitting me. Garage is 33 and 39, like masonry. And they all make it from a garage. And they always fail, don't they? We failed so many times. But we persevered and we made it. So then people can relate to them. They want to be the next Simon Cowell, even though he was given everything. Because he's a Satanist and his bloodline. And he plays his role of very serious guy. He's a good actor, Simon Cowell. Great actor, Simone Cowell. How are you doing there, Simone, baby, in Hollywood Hills? Is your book on gematria? There's about 3 pages on it because when I wrote my book, I didn't know what gematria was. People say, write your own book on gematria. It'd be so interesting. Just put your codes in it. I'm like, Don't feel right now. My book's called The Illusion. I have to get it done. I'm like 95% or more done. But it's like your baby, a book, especially if it's your first one. And I'm not publishing it. It's not going to be a big song and dance. I'm not going to be signing copies. But it needs to get out there. I think it's a good read. Like, I read it sometimes myself. I'm like, that's good. Then I'm going to add that. And anyone who's wrote a book before, you know that it's just, you always realize there's so much more that you can add. I told you with my videos, I'm like, how did I miss that? I see it right at the end. How did I miss that? But I'm like, video is good enough anyway. There's a video of Rihanna saying something like, don't wait for Jesus to answer your prayers. Go straight to Satan. He works fast. Yeah. Satan will give you whatever you want. If you give him your soul, he'll give you anything. You just got to give him your soul. That's the reality. Are you willing to do that? I'm not. Soul's the most precious thing I own. It's who I am. My soul is who I am. Everything else is whatever. It's whatever. Again, like diamonds and pearls and Rolex watches, people only appreciate them because we've been told that they're worthy, that they're incredible, that they're majestic, that it means you've made it in life. If they wanted, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, they could tell you that were worthless. They could have told you sugar was the most sacred thing on earth. They could have told you, I don't know, so many things, people, and then sold you these things for ludicrous prices. They could have told you regular rocks on the floor were sacred and valued. They could have made any bullshit up, shells, anything. Same with currency. We could be using anything, not paper money. Could be using grains of sand. Could be using sugar cubes. And people would still worship sugar cubes. Oh, man, how much sugar cubes did you make this week? 750. Oh, nice. You can get a lot of stuff with that. Again, become obsessed and addicted to money. There's nothing wrong with like striving to make money and work hard and earn it. But when that becomes your life goal, you have no life, in my opinion. Kevin, Mr. Wonderful from Dragon's Den was in the news with his wife driving a boat and killing someone, and he's 56. When was this, mate? Dragon's Den, guys. Dragon blows out fire. Connected to Satan, connected to China with the dragon. Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. I used to love Bruce Lee. Diamonds and pearls remind me of home. But do you know what I'm getting at? What, a Rolex watch, Rolex. A watch which its logo is a crown. People spend 10, 20, 30 grand on a Rolex watch. But I guess if it makes them feel better, whatever. Kevin O'Leary. Again, if it wasn't for people telling me about these things, I wouldn't know, because I don't like the mainstream. Are you kidding me? He was born July the 9th, 7-9, like Society of Jesus, 22nd Prime. He was born in 54, like Jesuit order. So what's it saying here? He killed somebody, did he? This invert? They're all inverts. Mr. Wonderful. Why do they have all these Mr. Wonderful? Uncle Kevin. By the way, what about Uncle Phil? That Will Smith decode that I did, Uncle Phil, like Prince Philip. Let me go back to this guy. I'll do a couple more minutes. Shark Tank. Yeah. This is a rip-off of, what was the show? Was it The Apprentice? The original one? I can't find anything about him killing somebody. Where is it? God, he's got a detailed Wikipedia, man. All right, here, there's Fatal Crash, but it's 2019. Really, on the 24th of August, on Kobe Bryant Day, the year before Kobe died, there's a fatal crash. Boat crash. 64-year-old man, the word kills 64. 48-year-old woman, Illuminati 48. Crying out loud. And what? Nothing. He got a $10,000 fine. That 10 again. How many 10s, man? $10,000 fine for killing someone. Did he kill someone? No. Did he? Did he? Or is it bullshit? Like 99% of the things that they tell you. To keep your frequency low, to make you hate. The amount of people that are like, the world sucks. Humanity sucks. The world's, no, it ain't. The world's beautiful. They bullshit you these stories, half of them. The average person could not do these acts. Yeah, there's a couple of people that you know that have maybe done heinous acts. Or maybe you don't know anyone that actually know them. You might have heard of a friend that might have done something, friend of a friend. Same with COVID. Well, I have a friend of a friend of a friend who lived in Ireland who, they got COVID and got really sick. 33 on the chat as you finish your live. It's 37 now, but it changes. The numbers they give me, they feed me a bullshit as well. They mock me a lot. I talk about certain numbers, then they appear. Look, I'll talk about the Illuminati and I'll get my 51st like and they were founded 5-1. I'm surprised it didn't just pop up there. No, it's still 50. Like satanic, like how Kobe Bryant was drafted in the 50th NBA draft, like how Steph Curry just got 50 points in the All-Star game, how LeBron James became 5-0 as a captain in All-Star games. There's the 51st like. I don't know who gave me it. Who gave me it? For the Illuminati being founded 5-1, Gianna Bryant born on 5-1, the anniversary of the Illuminati being founded. Happy New Year, Adam. Thank you for chatting with us. No, my pleasure, Lewis. I better get off, haven't I? I've been here 2 hours. This was only supposed to be... Just to conclude, guys, if you're out, I will roast you, okay? If you're going to think that I'm stealing people's work, you don't know anything about me. If you want to come to my Patreon just for sports picks, don't sign up to me. I don't want you there. But that's the negativity out of the way. Happy New Year, baby! Today, I'm going to treat myself. I might go get a lasagna after I finish teaching English with Lily, who's an amazing girl. I've never met her in person. I think I should. Not for a date or anything, okay? Not for a date, just because she's a cool girl. So I'm going to go for a cheeky lasagna, I think. I just don't know where. It's the first day of the new year. A new year, guys. New frequency, new energy, a new outlook on life. Like, will people want to be around me on Christmas Day? No, and they don't need to be around me. I'm going to be at the beach. What's December going to be? December's going to be the 8th month, is it? Or the 9th? Can't think in my head. It's just going to be whatever, just another day at the beach. Bye, Lady Hawk. Bye, Tank the Chai Guy. I love that. Wait, let me just read this quickly. A man died, but before he did, he converted everything he owned into gold bars. Somehow he managed to take it to heaven. St. Peter saw it and asked why he brought it. Paving material. That's very interesting stuff. All right. Much love to you all. Oh, my God. Who just gave me the 56 like as I was about to leave the stream? Who gave me the 56? I'll down my water. I'm going to get off. There's a white touch. All right, guys. Much love to you all. Enjoy your weekend. Oh, no. Give it 1 minute. It's 2:01. I'm not leaving at 2:01. The Jesuit Order 2:01. Jorge Manuel Bergoglio 2:01. Resided in Suite 2:01. Those stuff I learned from Zach Hubbard, by the way. The stuff like the basic 2:01s. Cheers, Zachary. I'm very genuine and funny. Thank you. Thank you. Much love to you, Kathy. I know you can't wait to get back and hang out. No, not with me, but, you know, hang out where I live. You missed the live, baby? Oh, Mr. M, I apologize, but there's not much I can do. You can always watch it, but you get the bullshit commercials, don't you? Which must infuriate you. Just skip the commercials if you can. It's fine. Yeah, I bet it's freezing. The weather today was glorious, but my umbrella blew away. I was raging. I was that muppet running down the beach going to get his umbrella because it was actually kind of windy, but it was nice. I think I may have damaged the umbrella, actually. I might need to buy a new one. What about the umbrella with Penguin from Batman? He was an ugly son of a gun, wasn't he? Penguin. AD blocker, baby. Excellent. Good for you. Screw commercials, man. Screw them. YouTube literally pay me peanuts. But I guess it's something. Better than nothing, innit? Just speaking and getting paid a little bit of cash for it. I don't even know what they give me. Your knowledge is incredible. Thank you. I think I have knowledge of such a variety of topics. Like from my time of just being Adam, the regular guy who liked what regular people liked, sports, wrestling, just funny shit. I knew a lot about the entertainment industry. And now I just know a lot about things I never thought I would know about. So I connect the dots. I connect the dots. You know, it was weird today at the beach. I took a math book to the beach and I was solving equations. I'm like, Adam, you're 35 years old. You're at the beach. You're supposed to be chilling. Why are you solving math equations? But it relaxed me. I had my music on. I always tell you this. I love the Killers. I think I had the Killers playing at Royal Albert Hall. And I was just solving math equations. I think I'm getting old, guys. Fuck me. What next? Sudoku? Whatever old people do. What do they do? Sudoku? Crosswords? I don't know. It's all fun and games, baby. It's all fun and games. Has anyone decoded Batman and characters? No, I know Batman's connected to Skull and Bones, though. Massively connected to Skull and Bones. The whole franchise is. I'm going to look deep into that. I've already got some notes. I'm going to go now because I've got past the 201 mark. I got past the 202 mark because Skull and Bones is 202. I don't think there's anything wrong with 204, 205. I don't see any problem with those numbers. So we're good to go, baby. Yeah, it's getting your mind right. The power of the mind is incredibly powerful. And it's powerful when you realize that the mind is powerful. The mind is powerful. It takes you to a different level. Start to appreciate what's really important. And that's knowledge, that's truth, that's positive energy, it's caring about your fellow man. Do all of those things, then you'll live a good life and you'll benefit those around you as well. All right, guys. Much love to each and every one of you. Happy New Year. Take care. I better get ready for my English class.